you get every day when you fucking with me. Fucking with me. That's what you get.
Hey YouTube, it's Katie, and I just wanted to talk about this whole Kenneka Jenkins story. I mean, this has been like crazy all down my timeline, all over Twitter, all over Facebook, social media, everything. Like, the whole story is just very, I guess, very perplexing, because it's just so many. It's not even, I don't even want to say facts, because a lot of people have been playing like a detective and didn't even have all the facts. And if you, I'm pretty sure you heard of it, but just to, get the story out there, it was a 19-year-old Kenneka Jenkins. She's from Chicago. I believe they were at a hotel in Rosemont, Illinois. It's like a suburb or something, like maybe 30 minutes outside of Chicago, basically Chicago. And she went to a hotel party, to celebrate her birthday. And I think it may have been someone else's birthday, but just to kick it with her friends, and ended up dead in a freezer in the basement of the hotel. And it was a walk-in freezer. I don't know if anybody has ever worked in like the service industry, where they have like those really big, huge freezers where they keep like all the food and vegetables and meat and shit in a restaurant. So when I first heard that, I'm like, this shit don't sound right. Like, shit just ain't add up. Because those doors are really heavy. I'm just thinking, like, why would somebody just go into a walk-in freezer and just end up dying? My first thought was somebody had to be behind it. Had to be behind it. And it didn't make any fucking sense to me. But then what also didn't make any sense was people, within hours of this story coming out, people were blaming everybody that was at the party. And like, one of the girls, there was two girls that they were really pinpointing that was supposed to be her friends, or one was a best friend and one was more of an associate. And the best friend was, I believe her name is Monifa Shelton, and the associate was Irene Roberts. Now, Irene did a live video, and it was around 1:30 or something, and you didn't see, from the video, you didn't see Kenneka anywhere in that video. And my first thoughts went to, okay, if that's my friends, we turning up, we at a party, we gonna all be jamming together, whether it be Snapchat or Facebook Live. We all gonna be in there like, hey girl, we out here, we thugging, we chilling, it's going down, we at this party. So that was kind of strange to me. But the thing that got me was people was like hearing shit and seeing shit in the videos that wasn't even there, because the girl Irene, she had on real big like mirror sunglasses. And who the fucks wears sunglasses at night in a hotel room? I don't know, but I guess it was for the purpose of trying to look cool on live, even though she looked a mess. But that's another story. But I don't know. A lot of people were saying that they heard "Help Me," and it was like they could see the reflection of Kenneka on the live in the girl's glasses. I'm sorry, I didn't hear shit, and I watched that video like several times. I didn't hear shit. I didn't see shit. No, I'm not gonna say I didn't see anything. I didn't see Kenneka in there. I saw a guy, two guys. One was kind of laying back on the bed, and there was another guy with a red sweater. So people took that and ran with it. One guy even enhanced the audio from the live video, and I still didn't hear shit. They was like, oh, she's getting raped in her. And that don't make any sense. Like, I think it was like 3 or 4 girls that was on Irene Live, like, that you could see their faces. And it's like, okay, if one person getting raped, even if it was a setup, do you think like everybody in the room is gonna be cool with that shit? I mean, there's some grimy people out here, but I just was like, nah, that don't even seem plausible that she was getting raped in the room. That shit didn't sit well with me. So I'm like, that makes no sense. Even if a few of the people in there were getting raped, like, I don't think that it would even, how could it even go down like that? I just don't understand that theory. Then they're saying that she got raped in the bathroom. I mean, that could be possible, but it's people in there. Like, if somebody was going to rape somebody, unless everybody was in on it, somebody going to hear something. And even if a couple of people didn't say anything, come on now, somebody going to say something. I don't think that it would have went down like that. And Irene's video was around 1:30 in the morning, and there was another guy that also did a live video around 3:30 in the morning, and Kenneka was in there, and she was, jamming in the background and shit and all of that. So she was very much alive around that time. Then there were people making fake pages. Like, that shit don't help because you're putting out fake facts, and I'm sure investigators have been watching everything that's going down on Facebook. So they're probably viewing all of this and don't know what's real and what's not. So you really slowing up the process of the investigation if you putting out all this fake shit. And people were blaming other people. They were giving out addresses of all the people that were supposedly at the party at the time, which is fucked up because they could have got somebody killed. And I don't think that shit cool. They were bullying the other girls. Like, they were all on their Facebook pages calling them out their names, saying they gonna kill them and whoop their ass and all that shit. Now, if they were a part of it, yeah, they really do need their ass whooped. But what if they didn't even have shit to do with it? Then you getting people fucked up for nothing. And I don't know, it was just blame everywhere and so many conspiracy theories. I mean, the shit didn't even, it was just so far-fetched, some of the shit that people were saying. Like, it really didn't even make any sense. And I don't know, it just kind of struck a chord with me because even though I'm not in Chicago, I'm in Missouri, not in Illinois. So, I mean, that's a little far. But still, when you hear shit about that about young girls, I mean, of course it's going to kind of pull on your heartstrings. But my whole thing about this is it's still a lot of unanswered questions. And today, the video came out that showed her staggering down the hall and through the kitchen, and she was very much alone. And her clothes weren't like tattered or torn off her, or like she had been sexually assaulted or any of that. She was like extremely drunk. Now, what I did see, like, unless somebody drugged her or she voluntarily took drugs from the video, it didn't look like she was just drunk. Cause don't get me wrong, I done been fucked up and I've been stumbling and fell on my ass. Shit, I done blacked out a couple of damn times in my life from being so fucked up. Which could have been the case. And she's younger. I'm much older than her, so she might not even have an experience to be drinking. So she possibly could have, but just from that footage, it looked like maybe she was taking drugs. And it did come out that, it was drugs at the party, like pills and weed and alcohol. So she either could have ingested the alcohol and some other drugs herself, or she could have been drugged. But the toxicology report hasn't come out yet. So, we're not going to know all the facts until all the fucking facts are out. And people were saying like, oh, the girl on there, in the footage that they showed from the hotel cameras, that it wasn't her. She was thicker than that, her pants not the same. It was her. The camera is like panned out, not even like super panoramic, but it's a wider, screen. So she's going to look a little thicker. Like people on camera, on TV, all of that looks, it adds pounds to people. So it was her. I looked at the footage myself. Not saying that I'm a fucking expert, but on now, same clothes and everything. And I don't know, she may have got lost because he was drunk. I don't know how you end up from the ninth floor to the basement unless you took the elevator down and then just stumbled out and opened the freezer, closed it because the freezer, it wasn't in use. I think because they're like building a restaurant or something. This is what I heard. I'm not sure that they were building a restaurant and the freezer is not in use. Now my thing is, was it on already? And I've been at work. Well, when I did work at a restaurant, the chefs would like bullshit and play jokes on me. I'd be in there looking for something like some vegetables, or like they used to keep the butter in there that you put on the tables. I'd be looking in there and they'd close the fucking freezer on me, and it's dark as shit. But because I worked there so long, I know where the handle is to open it, or either they'll close it and open it right away. But if you're not familiar with those freezers, it's dark as shit, like pitch black. So she might have went in there, was too drunk, couldn't find the lever, or the doorknob to open the door, and got hypothermia, passed out, and froze to death. We don't know. But one point that I do want to say, I'm not going to put full responsibility on the girls or her friends and say that it was their responsibility. But if I'm with my friends and we're at a party, how the fuck do you lose your friend? Because one story that I heard was the girl Monifa took her out of the room, and I don't know where the fuck they was going, but she took her out of the room. She turned around, or was talking to somebody and turned around, and then Monifa disappeared. I'm sorry, Kenneka disappeared. I don't care where we at. If we at a club, oh girl, come to the bathroom with me, or we leaving the club, we gonna, make sure we in each other's sights, make sure we pull up on each other. If we far apart, I'm gonna get my car, we gonna meet up, and then we'll pull off. Some shit like that. Like, if you know that your friend is fucked up like that, when you want to keep an eye on your friend, that's the part that I don't get. I'm not blaming them for her death. I'm not blaming anybody and saying that she was drugged, because we don't know. Like I said, the toxicology report hasn't even come out yet, but that just is, I don't know, it's strange to me that people wouldn't look out more for their friends. That's the only thing that I could say about the friend part, because I just know if my friend is fucked up, I'm not leaving her side. And 9 times out of 10, if my friend fucked up, I'm probably fucked up too. So I'm just saying. So we really gonna be keeping an eye out for each other, because I don't know, it just makes no sense. And my heart goes out to the family, because she had a whole life ahead of her, only 19 years old. And it's just tragic. It's damn near a freak accident. You know what I'm saying? But for one, she was underage. She shouldn't be drinking. Not saying that I've never drank underage, because I'd be lying. Because I have. But, I mean, I don't know. It's really nothing anybody can say, because it was a freak accident. I mean, she was stumbling around, but I mean, she just looked like a zombie. It's just heartbreaking, because if she got that drunk, and then locked herself in the freezer and died. Like, it's just crazy. And a lot of people need to be apologizing to these kids because that's what the fuck they are, kids, for dragging them on all these social media sites. Like, kids commit suicide from shit like that. And even the guys that were in the party, they dragged their ass too. And was saying people gang rape her, people set her up for $200. Now in the video there was something about $200, but I don't I didn't hear anything about a setup. I heard something like a parking ticket, and I think it's like the kind of thing like if you park in a parking garage at certain places, they charge you for losing the parking ticket that you get, like the little timestamp ticket. They will charge you a certain amount of money, and I believe that that's what that $200 was for, not for setting her up for $200. And if that would have been the case, that they set her up for $200, that's some savage ass shit. But luckily that's it wasn't the case. I just feel so bad for her mother and her family. Like, that shit is crazy. But I don't know, when a toxicology report comes out, I may do an update and just to see what could she have been possibly drugged. Like I said, there was drugs at the party. And you 19, you want to be adventurous. Myself, I've never dabbled in drugs. I used to smoke a hell of a lot of weed, but that was like years ago. And I ain't ever been so fucked up on weed that I done did some crazy shit. I mean, and I smoked a lot of weed. So, that, I don't know. It's possible she could have been drugged, or she could have just been at the party turning up and turned up a little too much and it ended up tragically. And it's just sad, but my prayers out to her family, and I hope that it wasn't a case that nobody drugged her or anything else. Not saying it is better because she's gone, but I'm just saying I just hope for her mother's sake that, I mean, shit, it's really not even going to help either way. Her mother's not going to feel better either way. But I just hope that they, finish and do a thorough investigation to find out exactly what happened, because we know that it was her that walked herself into the freezer, on accident. But I just hope that it wasn't anything else. I just, it was a case of a turn up gone bad. Shit happens. But that's pretty much all I have to say about this situation. So, guys, comment. What do you think? Do you think that is more to the story? Do you think that, somebody may have been down there in a hotel that's not on camera that actually placed her in there? And if that's the case, what reason would they have to do that if it wasn't like trying to rape her or anything? Because I just don't think it's that. I just think it was, like I said, that she turned up and shit just got fucked up. So just leave a comment, tell me what you think, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video, okay?